hello. Welcome back to the Yukon Bob Sea-Doo channel. The first video for 2023 on the Sea-Doo. I've just got it out in the last few days. There it is in the garage behind me. I had it in the alley beside the house for the winter on a battery charger, battery tender. So that looked after that for the winter. I've just checked the battery to see that there's power to the system. Yeah, it all powers up fine. I have not even started it in the yard with a hose or anything like that yet. I'm just going to take it up to the water, put it in the water. I know it'll start and then just see how it runs. So welcome to the Yukon Bob Sea-Doo channel as we start off another summer of sea-dooing around the lakes of Ontario, near and far. Thanks so much everybody for all the beautiful feedback over the course of the winter. New subscribers coming in over the month every winter, over the winter every month, 60, 70 new subscribers every month. That's just fantastic, considering I wasn't putting out a lot of content. So I am going to take the Sea-Doo out today for the first ride, just heading up north of me. I always like to keep it kind of close for that first ride of the year, just in case anything kind of goes wrong. So I'm going to head up to Lake Simcoe. It's about an hour north for me, and then drop the Sea-Doo in the water and check it out. Got the gear pulled out now. I have it all kept in this kind of bin. I just sort of drop it all in there. So I stored it in the garage for the winter, got everything out. Got the drone with me. Not sure I'm going to put that in the air today. We'll see what the conditions are like when we get up there, but the winds are supposed to be pretty calm today. So let's head up to Lake Simcoe and begin the 2023 Sea-Doo season. So this first trip of the year is one where you're trying to just remember all the gear that you need to bring with you and make sure you've got everything. I already forgot the life jacket, so I've got that on board now. But the camera gear and all of that, making sure you've got the extra batteries, that the micro SD cards are empty, stuff like that. Hopefully I've got everything with me. I kind of try to keep it all together in one sort of spot. And then once you've done this a few times, you get into the routine of it a bit. But the first trip of the year, you're just never all that sure. So on my way now, heading up the 400 series highway, up to Lake Simcoe. I think I'm going to go to a place called Keswick. There's a guy there called Harry. He looks after a rickety old little boat launch there. And it's good enough for me to get in. I go through a marina, then get out onto the bigger water of Lake Simcoe. So that's the plan, just to head on up there. It's not that far away. Alrighty, so we have arrived at the launch. A little bit scummy, the water right here, but that'll be a lot clearer once we get out under the bridge and out onto the lake. Water levels look pretty high, as you would expect the beginning of the season with all the runoff. So the levels are up there. Just got to remember now all the things I got to do here. Straps, plugs are in, all of that sort of stuff. Get it ready to back into the water. I don't see Harry. He usually runs the ramp here. I think it's $15 in and out here, but I haven't seen him yet. I'm sure he'll be by in a couple of minutes while I get things set up here. There we go. One. Oops. Let's put that. Where do I put that? Wasn't there a hole there? Yeah, right there. Okay, let's get some gear loaded in, including the life jacket, which I just about forgot. Get some water shoes on and get things loaded up here. Okay, life jacket first. Let's put that on right now. Throw it in there. Water shoes. I think I'll just take this back case. I've got a few things in there. I'm going to take a sandwich or two, some fruit. All the video gear is in here. Take that along. Okay, that's a good start. Gauges are up and running. Woo, little smoke coming out of there. That could be a little bit of the fumes left over from the fuel stabilizer. Well, that was nice. That started really nice and quick. Just turned right over, as it should. Brand new machine. This machine is just about exactly 1 year old. I picked it up on my birthday last year. My birthday is coming up the end of this week on Friday, the 2nd of June. So today's a Monday, which is why it's so quiet out here. Everybody had a great weekend out on the water. I avoided all the rush and the panic on the water over the weekend. So it should be pretty quiet out on Lake Simcoe today. And the machine will be exactly 1 year old this Friday. How many hours do I have on this thing? Where is it? I'm I'm not seeing where the hours are. Maybe I got to cycle through. I think there's about 25 to 28 hours on it, something like that. I'll check that as we get out a little bit further. All right, we got the Garmin fired up, and we're going to make our way out of here. What we have to do is go under that bridge there. So if you've got a big boat, this marina launch, there's Harry right there. There he is right there. He's got his convertible, beautiful convertible car, and I can pay him right now. There he is. How are you, Harry? I knew you wouldn't be too far away, or you'd catch me when I came back. How are you?
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. $20 again, same as last season, or in business again.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Harry. All right, as I was saying, we're gonna head under the bridge up here, and if you've got a boat that's too high, you're not getting under that bridge, which is probably just about most boats. These little guys obviously can get under, but anything with a bit of a canopy on it, you're not gonna get under here. Especially this time of year where the water is this high. Let's see if I can touch it. Oh yeah. Is she gonna run? Is it gonna run? It's gonna run, just needs a little love and care.
Always gonna run.
That's 400 horsepower on there.
A lot of jam.
Whoa!
She moves.
She moves. 400 horsepower on the back of that. Here's the gas station that I pointed out to you before that's really kind of interesting, because the price for gas here on the water, I can't see a price now, but it's $1.53.6 per liter up on the highway where you fill up with a car, but here on the water, I'm not seeing it, but I can tell you it's probably 20 cents more a liter right there. Makes no difference to them where you're filling up on the road or on the water in terms of the price they've got to pay for their gas, but because it's off the water, you're going to pay more for it. Look at this, people have got their flowers out already at the end of the dock. The beer bottles are there from this past weekend. That could be a little bit choppy out there. The wind blowing like that, that's more than I thought there was going to be out here. That's still pretty cold, that water. It has not had a chance to warm up yet. This is a little choppier than I thought it was going to be out here. That could be kind of rough heading across. What the heck's going on? Windfinder is supposed to be a lot calmer than this. Yeah. Well, I think everything is secure. Hat is okay, phone is okay. Let's take off over here a bit. What a great property. Look at this beautiful retaining wall they put up here. That is really nice. That's a prime piece of property. That's obviously been in the family for a while. And what is that, a 1, 2, 3, 4 car garage? This wall goes all the way around. Beautiful. Love this time of the year because it's the new foliage in all the trees. It's so green. Look at the color of that. So bright, vividly green. It's as green as it will get all summer. It'll fade a little over the course of the summer. Just in the spring like this, when all the leaves first come out, they're so beautiful. There are some beautiful properties on Lake Simcoe, but the thing I find with Lake Simcoe is that there are so many places all the way around the shore of the lake. There's not a lot of places just to park or find a private beach or stuff like that. There are some, but not that many. It's not like out on the bigger waters of Georgian Bay where you've got a lot more options in terms of just getting away from people. Here, this is a pretty populated lake all the way around its circumference. Ah yes, a nice little starter cottage for you and 40 of your friends. Look at that gazebo thing out in the back. That's gorgeous. Very cool. Just playing with some of the buttons here. I've got the instrumentation up now, and it looks like I have got less hours on here than I thought. There's only 16 hours on this machine. I thought there might have been about 24 or something like that from last year, because last year I had both machines for a while. So even when I had this one at the very beginning of June, I still had the other one for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks after, and I was using it as well before I sold it. So this machine only has 16 total hours on it. So it's just barely broke in. Wow, as soon as you get in near the shore, there's a lot of mosquitoes right around there. As soon as you're out a little bit, they're gone, but right there, quite a few. So there's kind of a neat area right up here that I want to show you. I've been in here a couple of times over the years. You can almost miss it if you don't know it's here. Just go under this bridge, and then you kind of go back in here, and there's like a little subdivision back in here where people keep their boats and stuff like that. Really kind of cool. Let's go in there. Whoa. Hello, hello. Hey, lots of weeds though. Just stay over to one side, we can avoid most of the weeds. Just take a little cruise back in here, show you what it looks like. Some really nice quaint little cottages, and boy, are you ever protected back in here. Hi geese. I always like this place. Got your little landing right along the water. Beautiful. That's so cool. It's the neat thing about a Sea-Doo. You can just easily get back into these spots to explore and have a look around. One thing I've got to do this year is I've got to do my Tobermory trip up. You know, I've got some videos out there already called Caribbean of the North, Canada's Caribbean, that sort of thing. That's the Tobermory trip. I never did it last year. This year I've got to get up there and do that trip. That's one of my favorite trips, and I never did it last year. It just takes a little time to get up there because it's a little ways away. There must be a lot of goose shit there. Okay, so, let's avoid that. Let's go through this way. We might get to try the IDF after all today. If we suck up any of these weeds. I've not had a chance to use it yet. I don't really want to use it because it just means you're in trouble if you got to use it. You've sucked stuff into the impeller. So I'm just going to weed my way through the weeds. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, I'm stirring up mud off the bottom too. Nice little beach area here. Little bay with some sand. Where does this thing go? Private property, no entry. Okay, I won't go in there. Looks like a little bit of a marina back in there. So this barge is probably loading all those rocks onto the barge here and then taking them across to somebody's cottage or cabin where they're building some kind of retaining wall or something like that. Yeah, it's nice to see that it's now calming right down. So Windfinder was right, a little bit blowy coming out of Keswick there, but once I got out onto the bigger lake and around a corner or two, things calmed down quite a bit. What have we got in the water here? Aha. A board with a nail in it. Don't want to hit that speed. Not going to do all that much today. Probably just spend 3 hours, 4 hours out on the water. make a little circumnav of part of the lake, go over to the other side after, come back down that side. Just kind of make sure the machine's working okay and that all the systems are all good. So far, so good. Still got to do some more playing around with that Garmin GPS unit. I just got it towards the end of last summer, and I still don't feel really totally comfortable with it yet. Just haven't had a chance to play with it very much. Just playing with the cruise control. There's a little button right here. If you push that button, the number flashes on the screen and you can slow it down to 6 kilometers per hour, 5 kilometers per hour, or you can increase it. How fast does it go up? I can't remember. 7, 8, 9. Ah, it's looking like 9 might be the maximum. Drop it down a bit. 5. So it's got a little cruise control. So if you're in one of those kind of no wake zones and you don't want to hold the throttle, just engage the cruise control and you can set your speed. It looks like it starts at 5 and goes up to about 9 or 10 kilometers per hour. So you don't have to hold the throttle, just take you through the wake zone and out the other side you go. This might be not a bad little spot. Sit on that rock. Yeah. A little shot of gas, neutral, engine off. Perfect. Nice spot to have lunch. It is right beside the highway, but what can you do? Okay, sandwich and drink and some berries. Perfect. Got to be careful with this cord. This is the power cord for the phone. There's been a number of times where I've cut this cable by slamming it down because the cable comes out of the glove box from the USB there, but if you get it caught in the lid, it'll actually cut the cable pretty easily. I've gone through about 2 cables now just because I wasn't being careful enough. Put my drink up there. I can pull the plug. That way the power will die, and we're set. This would be my dining room table. Perfect. Look at the water spots all over here. It's hard to keep this color clean, the black. And look at all the scum in the water here. Pull out a little bit. Just want to say again, thanks everybody for all the support over the winter months. It's nice to see the comments still rolling in on all those past Sea-Doo videos. People from all over the world have now subscribed to the channel. I've got people in New Zealand, in Norway. There was actually a guy in Norway who was watching the Sea-Doo channel. He's got a picture of his feet up over his coffee table, and one of my videos is on the television in Norway, so that was kind of cool. So thanks to all the people who have subscribed all around the world, and particularly here in Canada, closer to home. Obviously, this channel pertains more to people who are sea-dooing in the southern Ontario area, because this is where people are following the channel from mostly to see where they can go out and explore if they've got a sea-doo or a personal watercraft. But just others around the world just kind of interested in where we live and the waters that we have at our disposal in our backyard. It was interesting because just a couple of weeks ago I was in California and I flew right over Lake Mead. And I was looking down at how much the water levels have dropped in that part of the world. You can just see how far down the water levels are. And they're even up this year because of all the rain they've had over the winter, but kind of barren, kind of deserty kind of landscape all around the lake. And I look around here in Canada at some of the beautiful scenery that we have and are blessed with around our lake systems and the variety of lakes that we have. Small lakes, great big lakes. It's really quite spectacular. So very thankful for all the water we have around us. Now, having said that, I've done a lot of these lakes and I'm doing them over and over again. So I hope this summer to find some new territory to get out and show you some new places that we haven't been before. So look forward to that over the next number of videos coming ahead. This, by the way, if you guys watch the channel, you'll know that I'm a big fan of those Ranger tugs, those boats. I seem to point them out every time I see one somewhere out on the water. They sell them here. They've got a dealership here in Lefroy right at this harbor for Ranger tugs. I don't know if there's any here right now. I don't see any up on shore. They were selling them off from a dealership up here, but I don't know if it's still here or not. What are you researching? A little bit of everything.
Yeah. We're out taking readings of the water.
Okay. I can report that there are some fish in the lake.
Some fish?
A few. About 5, I think. Nice boat. There's a really nice restaurant right up there. Had some nice meals up there. Outdoor patio. Nice big lawn out in front. It's a great place just to come over for lunch. I sometimes will launch over where I did today and then kind of come across over here and have lunch and explore the shoreline a little bit and go back for, you know, just a simple afternoon on the water. I think we'll fly the drone a little bit right here, just over Lefroy Harbor a little bit. I've just pulled out to a sandy little beach in front of the harbor. The entrance is just over there. There's the sign. So let's fire the drone up, see if we can get a little drone action here. Whoa, right in the sun. Well, guys, I think that is just about going to do it for this very first trip on the Sea-Doo of 2023. The season has officially begun. Thanks very much for coming along on this first video trip with Yukon Bob. Let me know, by the way, what you think of that little introduction thing, the little thing right at the very top of the video. I created a little introduction, if you like, to the Sea-Doo channel. I don't know, maybe it's a bit hokey, a little silly, I'm not sure. I thought I should have some kind of opening to this Sea-Doo channel, so that's what I came up with. A little bit of work over the winter and put that together. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Nice to see you back again with the Yukon Bob channel. Nice to be back with you again. We've got lots more in store over the course of the summer. We'll see you on the next video. Till then, take care. Stay safe on the water.